Energy independence assets, solar arrays, propane tanks, diesel generators, and the ETFs, exchange-traded funds, or MLPs, master limited partnerships, that supply their fuel. When the grid flickers or inflation bites, energy independence assets give your bunker portfolio real-world staying power. Think of them as the heartbeat that keeps food cold, comms alive, and cash flow flowing, even when Wall Street and Walmart both go dark. Here are 10 assets, plus the tickers behind them, that can turn lights out into lights on. Residential solar arrays. Panel prices keep sliding. United States installs now average around $1.76 for every watt of capacity, after tax credit, or about $19.4 thousand for an 11 kilowatt roof. The 30% federal credit sunsets after 2025, so early adopters lock in both the hardware and the subsidy. Once paid off, a rooftop array spits out kilowatts at roughly 3 cents per kilowatt hour versus 15-cent utility rates, creating a fixed income style cash stream. Oversize the array and you can push extra watts into a battery or even barter with neighbors during an outage. Lithium-ion, LFP, battery storage. Battery packs have fallen to $115 per kilowatt hour, down 20% year over year, punching the payback period below 5 years in sunny states. Pairing even a 10 kilowatt-hours wall pack with solar means critical loads ride through multi-hour blackouts in silence. And with the residential storage market racing toward $45.8 billion by 2030, resale value and service networks are improving fast. Propane tanks and fuel discipline. Unlike gasoline or diesel, propane stores indefinitely if the cylinder is sound. Small tanks simply need recertification after 12 years, adding a 5-year extension. A buried 500-gallon tank powers stoves, space heaters, and dual fuel generators without the varnish or algae issues liquid fuels face, ideal for low-maintenance preppers who cycle fuel slowly. Diesel generators and upkeep. When batteries tap out, a 10 kilowatts diesel keeps pumps and welders humming. Market leader Generac just logged $942 million in Q1 2025 sales, up 6%, evidence that backup power demand is sticky. Budget for annual oil changes and a 24-month fuel rotation with biocide. Run tests every 30 days, keep injectors clean and starters charged so the set fires on the first crank when the sky turns black. Smart transfer switches and load control. Automatic transfer switch, ATS, sales should climb from $1.93 billion in 2025 to around $2.9 billion by 2033 as households demand seamless failover. New, smart disconnect, units let a solar battery stack, generator, and grid all share one panel, flipping in less than 10 milliseconds. Fast enough that routers never drop. Systems like Generac's SDS also shed non-critical loads so batteries last longer. Small wind turbines. Nighttime wind fills the solar gap. NREL's 2025 Competitiveness Improvement Project is funneling R&D dollars into sub-20 kilowatts rotors, pushing capacity factors above 30% in 11 meters per second sites. A 5 kilowatts pole mount can trickle charge batteries all night and during winter storms. Critical when sunlight is scarce but HVAC loads soar. Energy infrastructure MLPs, master limited partnerships. Midstream MLPs still throw 6 to 8% tax-deferred yields while owning the pipelines and terminals that keep bunker fuel flowing. Holding a basket of these units hedges the cost of diesel or propane you'll burn. Distributions rise with throughput volumes, offsetting higher physical fuel bills. Clean energy ETFs, exchange-traded funds. Want solar upside without panels on the roof? Funds like ICLN returned approximately equals 14% year to date, June 2025, spreading risk across 50-plus manufacturers and utilities. Layering a clean tech ETF next to your MLPs creates a barbell: fossil fuel cash flow today, renewable growth tomorrow. Covering both the transition and the disruption scenarios. Hybrid microgrids and Powerwall killers. Systems such as EcoFlow's new Ocean Pro bundle an 80 kWh battery, 24 kilowatts inverter, and app-based AI dispatch, claiming twice the solar throughput of a Powerwall 3 and sub-10 millisecond switchover. A microgrid's brain decides when to sip solar, sip grid, or roar up the generator, stretching stored energy by 30+%. That intelligence also plays with emerging, virtual power plant markets, earning bill credits during normal times. Future-proof upgrades and exit liquidity. Smart inverters built to IEEE E15472-018 are now standard in a dozen U.S. states, ensuring your system can export safely and pass future inspections. As hardware gets modular, plug-in battery blocks and stackable inverters, you can scale from weekend cabin to full homestead without scrapping sunk costs, keeping your capital liquid for other bunker upgrades. Energy independence isn't one gadget, it's a stack of assets that covers daylight, darkness, and decades. Build yours like a diversified portfolio: panels and batteries for the quiet hours, fuel and metal for the storm, and income-producing tickers that keep the whole system self-funded. When the next blackout hits, or the next bear market, you'll be the lone house on the block with the freezer humming, the Wi-Fi up, and the cash flow still rolling in.
Be together by the rising of the moon, and then tell me, Sean O'Farrell,